The mental hospital can't stop me. The government can't stop me. I will be silly for the rest of my days. Hello. Welcome to... Actually, this isn't gym therapy. This is something silly. I do like silly things. I'm thinking something... I don't want to, like, turn people off. They're going to see the title. It's going to be like... like Escape from the Asylum episode 1 or something crazy, and people are gonna be like, what the hell is this? But I don't know, I'm kind of hyped. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm just recording. The world is our oyster. I could talk about whatever I want. I'm gonna try and steer away from like therapy-esque stuff. Maybe just talk about life, right? Like last time in the yappening, before like my format really kind of took shape over the course of the last like 13 episodes. Everything I feel like is on the table. And it's such a sunny day, like there's like a little bit of clouds. The sun is just barely cresting over the horizon. It's the evening time, and really it's filling me with warmth and rejuvenating energy. This is kind of weird. I don't know why I'm so like euphoric. This is refreshing. Just doing something new. I love doing new things, at least until I decide that I hate them. Have you guys ever skydived? I think that's something I want to do this year, and I wonder if I could like make a vlog out of it. A skydiving vlog would be sick. It's so strange that like I am totally cool with the idea of skydiving, but like the idea of bungee jumping is completely off the table for me. Bungee jumping seems absolutely horrific. I believe the stats also suggest you're more likely to get injured on a bungee jump too. So I think we're gonna... I mean, unless one of you wants to go bungee jump, I'll die with a friend. I'll die with a cohort, but alone, not for me. Not for me at all. Today's gonna be a chest day. Man, we get to do the funnest day. It's chest and tries while also recording the funnest video. I'm spoiling myself. I perhaps didn't think this out correctly. I should have had the fun topic on a leg day, since that's the hardest, so I at least could like relieve myself mentally. It's also the hardest to think on leg days, right? If we think about it, we know that I'm pretty sure this is actual science. When we're what's a PG way of saying this? Aroused, we're actually... our IQ drops a couple of points. Like, we're actually dumber when we're like sexually aroused. And I think this because of like blood flow and blah blah blah. Like, you get it. Some of us are dumber than others, because of reasons. Elbow. All right, this is getting out of hand. But leg day, right? Same principle. If all your blood is in your legs, it stands to reason that you would also have less blood in your brain, making you think a little bit less efficiently. I'm not gonna adjust my schedule to account for that. I'm really just gonna go into the gym and record, and whatever day it is or whatever subject it is just how we're rolling. I haven't decided if I want to do 2 gym therapies and then one of these, or if it's 3 gym therapies and then one of these. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna peek at my YouTube analytics, and if people hate this video, well, I gotta do what the people want. I'm not gonna sit here and put content out that I want to do. That would be ridiculous. I'm pandering to you guys. I'm trying to build this channel. I'm trying to retire from my 9 to 5 and just be a YouTuber. So please watch my stuff. When you like, and then like it maybe, and like, if you want, you could leave a comment. Those things might help. I'm just kidding. I'm actually just gonna post whatever I want, and I hope people like it. I always find it kind of cringe when other like everybody do their own thing. I'm not judging anyone, but I do find it kind of strange when people are like, "Did you know that 70% of my viewers aren't subscribed? Remember to hit the bell icon to like the..." Has anyone ever actually subscribed off of that? Because I haven't. In fact, there's almost some level of like rebellious energy that rises up in me that when I see stuff like that, I'm just like, not on your life, buddy boy. Just because you said it I also don't really subscribe to that many channels generally, which is why I'm super grateful that all of you have subscribed or are passing by and giving a wave. Either way, I'm grateful that you're here, grateful that you've watched this far. Hopefully you stick around for the rest of the video. If not, it's like we're passing each other on the road, and you know, we both happen to like turn and we see each other through a window and we just go like wishing each other a good day. So if you're just passing through, hope you have a good day. Anyway, we're gonna get into this gym. We are going to do our chest day and tricep day, and hopefully have some fun conversations. And by have some fun conversations, I mean, I hope I say enough interesting things that you guys are entertained the whole time, since we don't have like a topic. We're not like trying to drive home a point, so here we go. All right, so first we're going to be starting with some weighted dips. I just did a little test set. Like last week I did 45. This is 50. It's only 5 more pounds, but had to make sure I did the test set so I didn't embarrass myself. I mean, I would have never embarrassed myself. I would have just edited it out if I failed. Or would I have? Maybe in the effort of intellectual honesty, I would have left it in, right? Because if I'm going to be coaching you guys, I feel like the workouts are almost kind of secondary, but you get to see what I'm doing. You get to see how many sets I'm doing. I like to think that my physique is pretty mid plus even. So, you know, seeing the workout is important. Seeing the failures is important. Unfortunately for all of you guys, I don't fail. Clearly. I still did the test set though. So we're gonna get this first one in, and then we'll just talk about some stuff. I'm starting with a compound movement today though, which is kind of strange. It's not something I usually do. Usually I'll hit chest first, but I really wanted to see if I could go up and weight on these dips. So instead of finishing with dips, I'm starting with them. I'm going to see how I feel the rest of my workout having chosen to do this. Oof. Alrighty. Here we go with my 225s. Here we go. Ooh, that is tough. So it's technically my 3rd set at weight. So I'll probably only do 1 more. Jesus. That is hard. I almost thought I was going to fail that very first one. I'm too strong for failing. Come on. It's interesting that some of us can go our whole lives not like knowing something that is completely normal to other people. Like today, I was playing cards with 2 of my friends, like normal cards, you know, like ace, spades, clubs. I just said aces, diamonds, spades, clubs, like a deck of cards, right? And they were like, have you ever played Battle or War? And I told them, no, I have no idea how to play this game. And it's like so simple. It's like you have like a third of the deck, they have each a third, and you all place a card, and whoever has the highest card wins the round. If you have matching cards, then there's like a little battle mechanic to resolve a winner. But it's an incredibly simple game, but it blew both of their minds that I had never seen this game played in my entire life. And that kind of extends to a bunch of other stuff too. One. Yeah. So you never really know, like, things that are, I guess it's just like an interesting thought that totally mundane things end up being something that's super common for other people. But I have some folks waiting, so we're gonna get this set in and get out of their way. And we'll just see how many we get here, because I am already pretty torqued. Pretty tired. Whoa. Here we go. Shit. All right, and we'll call it there and head to a chest exercise. I think my social awkwardness was in full display there as I finished that setup and didn't want to take up too much time turning around and addressing the camera, so I was like, oh, let me just quickly address the audience while I try not to, you know, do anything too weird in front of these 3 people that are waiting on me. But next, we're gonna do an incline press. There's not a lot of weight I have on it right now. I just want to see how I'm feeling after. I mean, those dips were kind of crazy. So I'm gonna just see how I'm feeling, and then we'll adjust the weight. All right, I have a good idea. Alrighty, here we go. I was perusing Hinge, you know, taking a look at my profile, really, you know, date maxing a bit. That's such a goofy phrase. Everything is maxing to me these days. I'm, you know, bodybuilding maxing, eat maxing, work maxing, vlog maxing. I saw I think I talked about it previously, but I saw some boomers complaining about it on the internet. And after I saw people complaining that were my age plus, I immediately auto-balanced to the other team, like a video game. I was like, brain rot, icky, and dumb? Well, guess who has just become the biggest fan of brain rot? 2 thumbs right this way. I'm the Ohio Gat Rizzler maxing lord now. Because I think I also just kind of love to love things that people don't like, and I also love hating things that people like. I'm like Kendrick. I'm the ultimate hater. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way you talk. If it's popular. If it's not popular, then like I'm right there with you. Not because I like things that are like, it's not like I want to be unique or anything, but I feel like things that are popular already get enough love. So I want to give love to the things that aren't popular. Like you guys, right? Like you guys could be watching a YouTuber who's got like 1 billion subs and has really premium content and has a sick editor, but you're here watching me. Under this same context though, if you were me, I guess I would expect you to all unsubscribe after I eventually blow up. Please don't. There's something quite alluring to the idea of like some of you guys who leave comments and I interact with. Because like right now, you leave a comment, you best believe if I got something to say, I'm going to say it. Because like this is the best time to really like interact with the community, like build a community, talk to everybody, like share ideas. Because once you get like 1,000 comments, like reasonably, and you post like every 2 or 3 days, it would be like a whole job responding to everyone. So, like at some point you can no longer do it. But right now is the perfect time. And there's something alluring about, you know, in 2, 3, 4, 5 years when maybe there are a lot more viewers and subs and all that kind of stuff. And I still see like some like familiar names because it's like, I don't know, you guys were here right at the beginning, sharing your thoughts, and I'll forever be appreciative. Even if this goes nowhere, like I appreciate all of you guys so far. This has been nothing but fun, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna readdress it, but I appreciate all of you individually. So let's get a set in. My wrist hurts. That was strange. It is kind of an awkward movement right at the bottom, and it kind of like pinch the bones a little bit. It's also hot in here today. I think they're sweating us out again, because there's not a lot of people in here. I wonder if they crank the AC off a little bit towards the end of the day as it cools off, because I'm also in here later than I usually am. Oh, but anyway, see, look how off topic I just got. I was profile maxing on Hinge. I was recording a little prompt, and it, I like voices. I'm a big simp for voices. If I like how your voice sounds, I immediately think you're more attractive. And I like to think other people think the same thing. So I have a little voice prompt. It's nothing crazy. But it's basically I'm just talking about how it's strange that my social awkwardness, this is branching off of how I was socially awkward here a moment ago. Somehow my social awkwardness in conversation has turned into some form of strange riz. If I'm having a conversation with someone, and I really am not good at conversation with strangers. Friends, I could talk to pretty well, pretty regularly, right? I feel there's no such thing as an awkward silence with a friend, right? It's just a peaceful silence. But I feel with strangers, I have to fill those gaps. Anytime there's quiet, it's kind of oh God, I'm failing this conversation. I should be saying something right now. So on the prompt, I was someone will tell me oh hey, I just got a golden retriever, and my brain is just dogs. I like dogs. Dogs are really cool. I especially love how dogs have 4 legs. Does your dog have 4 legs? Question mark? And somehow that's charming. People really dig the fact that I just cannot communicate in a very normal fashion with strangers. I see people talk, and it's not just me. I know other people struggle with this stuff too. And it's strange because of the job I have. It's different. When it's about work, I can just it's good. But as soon as you ask me to talk about their personal life, I am like a lost dog, a puppy that has been abandoned, a kitten on the side of the road that nobody wants. I'm just I have no idea what to say. And I see other people, and they're just I don't know, the trick to conversation is just ask people about themselves, but in the moment, my brain is just empty. I have no idea what to ask. No questions and pop up that occur to me that seem like they would be good to ask. So, it's a daily thing I'm working on. I've been thinking about kind of how I have to like work myself up to trying new things, and eventually I do. I've been like really hard pondering about the prospect of just going to talk to people, like just randomly, just going like, hey, what's up? I like your shoelaces that are white. Did those come with the shoes, or did you get those aftermarket? Those aftermarket shoelaces. I can't. Let me get this up. I kind of cracked myself up a bit. I think I'm funny to myself. I said that in my last video. It's like I'm always doing a comedy routine, but like really, sometimes I'll just like be talking to like my homies on Discord or playing games, and I'll just start laughing. Just like these quiet little like giggles, because like I thought of something stupid, but like is amusing to me. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen The Matrix, but there's like a scene in The Matrix where Agent Smith is interrogating Morpheus, and he rubs like the side of his like bald head, and he's like it's the stink. And I fear I've been somehow infected by it. And I don't know why, but it's like stuff like that just like is so funny. And maybe it's because like it started off as like kind of a joke, and then like became more funny as like I explained it to my friends, and I would like say it randomly, like something happened, and I'd just be like, it's the smell. And it just like became funnier, because maybe like secondhand those quotes aren't funny at all, but Agent Smith in The Matrix is a funny guy. And if you don't think so, then come over. You know, we'll put it on, and I'll we'll watch it together. We'll get some popcorn, and we could have some laughs. I'll be like, it'll be funny just because like he'll say something, and then I'll just like look at you like expectantly with like a little grin slowly like forming across my face, and you'll laugh. You'll laugh just because of the peer pressure. I'm sure of it. Let's get a 7. I'm like about to start crying. I think this is so funny. What is wrong with me? Whew. All right. People must think I'm a weirdo. They're like, what is this? This guy's just like cracking up looking at his camera. The gym is for games, not for laughter. How dare he enjoy himself? Nobody probably thinks that. But everybody does seem so serious at the gym. Like, bro, it's chill. Just have some fun. Especially when you're with your homies. When I see two homies working out together and they're not like having like a little time, man, that would sound a good gym partner. Not too serious. No more. No more. Alright. And from here, I guess we need to do some triceps. I think we'll do dumbbells today. It's been a couple of weeks. Dumbbells are really good. I might even do, no, probably not heavier. I need to increase reps before I go heavier on dumbbells. So we're gonna turn this off, head on over there, and get those reps. Alright, so next we have those tricep extensions with the dumbbells laying down. So we're going to go ahead and pick up those weights. We're going to put them over our head, go back and forth in a vaguely suspect motion here. Like when we're sitting down, that looks kind of strange. When we're laying down, it looks a little strange too. But I'm saying a video where I'm on the couch surrounded by men, so I think it'll be all right. Here we go. Oh, that's an old song. Y'all hear this? Feels so heavy after the dips, though. All right, that was kind of tough. I'm not even going for it. You know, it's an interesting thing that movie companies are doing. I don't hate it, right? Necessarily, because it's like the 25th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And it's coming out in theaters again. And I'm gonna go see it. But I feel like it's kind of cheating. Like it's like an infinite money exploit. At what point do they stop? When are they going to be able to not like milk it, you know? Like for the 50th anniversary, or is there going to be enough people wanting to see Star Wars that they're like going to make another like, I don't know, a few hundred, sorry, not 100,000, a few $100 million perhaps? I mean, I'll go see it for every anniversary. I enjoy the movie. And there's also something about, I guess, maybe in the minority, but I really enjoy going to see movies. There's like something about like sitting in the theater, the big screen, the volume that has no equalization, and it's like way too bass heavy, and it kind of just rumbles, and sometimes it's hard to hear things because, you know, the treble is also kicked up all the way to max. It was especially painful for Godzilla. I went to see it in IMAX, and maybe the theater was kind of bad, but every time he roared, I think it took years off my life. And maybe that's just because of how powerful Godzilla is, but I think I'd be more willing to bet that the audio in that theater was not quite up to what it should be. And you know what? I'm gonna go see the movie all by myself, because you should date yourself and you should treat yourself. And if it's something you want to do, you shouldn't be afraid to go do it alone. Got to make sure that I'm not being a hypocrite and I'm actually taking my own advice. It's hard sometimes. I'll give you that. Everybody gets like an excuse or two. But as long as you're making the small steps forward, that's really what matters the most. Speaking of Star Wars, have you guys seen The Acolyte? If you have, is it good? Is it worth watching? I've been hearing some stuff about it. Some stuff that's maybe not giving me the most faith. I always worry when I see things like the like director or producer or whoever it was like doing an interview, and there's like a clip, and the clip is taken out of context, of course, but she's basically saying it's the gayest Star Wars of all time, and you know, R2-D2 is gay, like, so like, which is weird because R2-D2 is a droid, and the droids, I'm pretty sure canonically don't actually have AI. So I know they like, for the film, they almost seem like they have thoughts and feelings, but I'm pretty sure in the lore, yes, I'm one of those people, I'm a lore whore, but it's not just for Star Wars, it's for everything, and that's really just because I like having a deeper understanding of the thing. Like, once I see something and I really like it, I wanna know more about it. Not because, like, I want to be the, actually, hyperdrive generators are, like, you know, I'm not one of those people. I just enjoy knowing more about it. I think a lot of people are like that. Once you like fall in love with a hobby or a thing or media, like whatever it is, you naturally explore. And when it comes to like literature, fictional universes, all that kind of stuff, because I do write, I naturally explore, which helps my writing. I haven't talked about my writing too much. I might I might part the veil, so to speak, and talk about one of my books here. But let me get a setting. I'm all over the topics. I'm just cruise control. Wait till I talk about Jujutsu Kaisen here in a bit and how we're only getting a 7-page chapter. I guess I could say that really quick. We're only getting a 7-page chapter for Jujutsu Kaisen this week. Is it a coincidence that Gojo was voted the most popular character, and in the same week Gege got sick? Because he hates Gojo. I'm not saying it's not a coincidence. That's so tough. Whew. We did it though. Poggers. You said poggers. My immediate thought was, I'm gonna edit that out. And then I was like, actually, no, I'm gonna leave it in. I think it's important to get a holistic view of the person I am at points. Whew. What were we talking about? Oh, my writing. So, let me open up my Google Docs here. So, I'm working on a series. I don't know how many books it'll be. So far 2, for sure 2. But I feel like if I'm gonna be Tolkien part 2, I have to do 3 books. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But it's called Kingsguard. And this is how it opens up. I also voice act on the side. So I'm not really gonna embellish this, but I'm gonna read it. Let me see here. Is this thing on? A soft wind blows across the countryside. The grass sway and pull about their sodden foundations. Multicolored leaves swirl and dance, making exotic shapes before being swept away out of view. A wave of sunlight shimmers across the crystalline dew of the grasses as the sun begins to rise. It's easy to lose yourself watching the rhythmic pattern ripple towards the Eridu Mountains to the east. A caravan of hooves gently plod across the cobblestone roads. Travelers can be seen heading to and from the city with wares, food, and families in tow. Near the center of the caravan is a stout-looking dwarf settled beside Queen Tiberius. Her unmistakable raven and ivory hair tosses gently in the wind as she looks confidently ahead. The blessing of Io runs strongly in her blood. Some say stronger than it has in any of her predecessors, as she's retained a frighteningly youthful appearance well into the later stages of life. This has caused some concern amongst the Council of Lanethel. If the curse of demons is abated and the world is now free, then why is Io still protecting Lanethel? Is there some other threat just upon the horizon? A few of the many whisperings heard behind closed doors amongst well-kept meetings. What can be assuredly said is that strong ties and alliances will continue to benefit the world. It was the union of all races that freed it, after all, with Queen Tiberius continuing to push for the breaking of walls and barriers, and for Lanethel to become something more. Not orcs, elves, Voldecor, dwarves, or humans, but the peoples of Artore, all equal and all important. A soft voice breaks the monotonous tone of the many hooves across the ill-paved roads. Nargoon really is quite beautiful this time of year, don't you think? The dwarf grunts in measured approval. I'm grateful you've decided to accompany me to the festival, Kel. I realize your people are not sometimes fond of human frivolities, but seeing Voldemort society up close will hopefully do some good for your perspective of the world outside of what you've read in the history books. I don't know. It's interesting. I'd be writing. I'm gonna put my mic back up here. I just wanted to make sure that the audio was good with the loudness, but it's a fantasy novel. It's kind of, it's like lower magic than say like Faerun and D&D, but it's higher magic than say Lord of the Rings. Like there's this, basically, Auchindoun is the home of the mages of the world, and it's maybe like 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000 people are born with magic, and then an even lower number who are like really talented at it. It's something you're born with, it's not something you can practice. So while those people who do have magic are very powerful, they're kind of few and far between. Kind of like how Gandalf would be if he wasn't restricted by the Valar themselves. Because Gandalf was put into the world along with the other Maya, but they weren't allowed to really use their powers. They're really simply there to guide men. So it's the same kind of thing where my magic people are really, really strong, but their impact is basically to become a mage. You go to Auchindoun and you have to sign a waiver basically that says, I will not use my powers to impact the world in a selfish manner type beat. Because when most of the world is normal, I mean, these people who can literally conjure fireballs out of nothing become like gods almost. So it's like a whole thing. There's a lot of lore. Maybe I'll touch on it more. If people want to hear more about the book, then of course I will talk more about it. But I DM for my friends in this, it's like the idea for the book came before the campaign, but I used my idea for the book to write a campaign, and they played it, and I'm using the campaign and not all of the story beats, but a lot of the things that kind of happen narratively, because I think it was like a good, D&D is collaborative storytelling, and I think a lot of the things that happened were like actually super interesting. And of course I had to change the way that they're like the events played out, and maybe dialogue and some of the happenstances to make it more narratively fitting. But it's a super interesting project that I'm working on, and I think no matter what, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if it ever, flies off of store shelves. I think some things like this you should do for yourself, just to say you did, because how awesome would it be in like 10 years where I'm like, I wrote 3 books, and they're like fantasy, and maybe they weren't like New York Times bestsellers, but like I will have them on my shelf, and that is like just super cool and epic. So I'm gonna let Pink talk about being an underdog. I'm gonna get another set in. Nitty-gritty. Alright, and we're gonna pick these up, then we're gonna go grab another chest exercise. Well, next up we're just gonna do a little machine chest press. We got 3 exercises left. We're gonna do chest and a tricep, and we're gonna do another chest exercise, and then we're gonna call it a day. So let's get a set in. I'll continue yapping. What's funny, I get a comment when I meet people and I actually like meet them and get to know them. I hear pretty frequently that I'm not, like, maybe I look different than I actually am. Like, they're like, I didn't expect your personality to be what it is. Like, I didn't expect you to act the way that you act. Because a lot of people think that, for whatever reason, that I'm kind of like this cold, unempathetic being. Because when I don't know you, I really don't have a lot to say. But honestly, I'm kind of just like a anime girl in a buff boy's body. That song, Magnetic, for whatever reason, I see it on Reels a lot, and I was like, that's a cute little dance. I think I'll learn it. So I sat there on the reel, and I was just like, till I like got it. If I ever become a TikToker, maybe I'll do a silly little dance, but I enjoy stuff like that. It's just like goofy. I don't like people that take themselves too seriously. Like, life is too short to not have a laugh, to not act a little goofy. That's a super, our personalities are not compatible with people who just can't, like, do some embarrassing shit every now and then. Just, I don't know, man. I'm gonna die one day, and I don't want to think that I didn't do something fun because I was worried somebody was looking at me. Let them look. I'm gonna show them how much fun it is being me. This week's been a good week. It's been a good week for YouTube. It's been a good week for work. It's been a good week for me. There's something awesome about, like, really kind of like getting into your zone, getting into a rhythm, kind of living life to the fullest a bit. Really carpe dieming it up, and I hope all of you guys are too. Start that hobby, get that gym membership. Ooh, you know what I almost bought today? I know, like, book talk is like super popular, and like kind of romantic-y novels are kind of like popping off in the world. I was at Target, and I was getting like what was I getting? I was getting toothpaste and some fast-acting carbs, which are Pop-Tarts. I'm not really worried about the food I'm putting into my body. I'm pretty skinny. I am, like, low-key trying to bulk a little bit. And so I got Pop-Tarts. And I was like in the book section, and I was like looking at A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I was like, should I get one? Should I get the first one and just like read it? Because number one, I think it's a good talking point with like people who are like girlies who are like super into reading. But two, like, the way people talk about it, I'm like, man, like, regardless of the sexual stuff, alright, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I might not be a big fan of, like, the heavy, like, portions, if you know what I'm saying. But I won't tell anyone. But I do kind of like romance. Like, don't tell anyone. That's not very manly. But man, I'm one of those people who does genuinely love, I guess. Like, reading a good romance, like, just warms my little heart. So, like, I don't know. If it's really well written, which is what people say, like, I kind of want to read it just because I like stuff like that. Let's see what's that. Pump up the weight a bit. So yeah, don't look at my Steam library. I've got some hidden games in there. I'll never admit it. None of my friends are watching my videos this deep, so the secret is completely safe. I play some smutty things here and there, and it's not like male horny brain. I like romance. That's my character quirk. Like I said, I'm just like a little anime girl in a buff boy body. I don't know how this happened. Catch me watching catch me watching Kaguya-sama Love is War. What can I say? Like, I'm watching Kaiju number 8 right now as it's coming out, and it's like a daily war not to go and read the manga. Because I just want to experience it. Like, because inevitably when I go read the manga, I lose interest in watching the anime. Because I know everything that's going to happen. But I like knowing. Maybe I just need to develop more self-control. This is another point of growth for me. Might be a little too heavy at this point in the exercise to hit that weight. Let's go up and down a little. I only got one more set anyway. You know what else I watch a lot of? I cannot get enough of police interviews. One, because I can't believe it. I don't understand people's obsession with talking to the cops. Like, alright, here's my legal advice to all of my besties right now at this point in the video. If you're ever suspected of a crime, if you ever are adjacent to a crime, do not talk to the police, get a lawyer, answer no questions, period. Because if there's even a 0.1% chance that they might put it on you because you accidentally self-incriminate with something that's a little bit sussy, and they will, because I feel like a lot of police work is not so much about finding who did it, it's just prosecuting someone, right? Like, not always is it about the truth. Sometimes it's just about getting a guilty. And that's what doesn't sit right with me. Also, if you did do the crime, hey, between you and me, you can't watch YouTube from jail, I don't think, so get a lawyer. I want you around. That's such a goofy thing to say. First off, don't commit crimes. But if you do, get a lawyer so we can hang out. Come on. I'm just looking out for us. And I'm sure you like that, right? It's like good having a friend around who cares about us. And I'm prioritizing us above everybody else. I'm looking out for you. You're welcome. This guy next to me must think I'm crazy. I'm done. I can't chest press no more. My chest is all pressed out. So, we're gonna hop one up. We're gonna go try and get some pull downs, I think, on them triceps. I'm gonna get these pull downs going. It is getting late and I have to eat dinner. I have fumbled today. Oh well. Sometimes you have to stay late at work. Sometimes, yeah, spend too much time in the store before you actually head to the gym. And sometimes you just have to get the yapping in part 2 done. And that's where we're at today. And if I'm speaking a lot, then so be it. Because I enjoy it, and then hopefully if you guys enjoyed it, it was worth it. I mean, it was worth it just because I enjoyed it, and it was nice having a day where I just get to kind of talk about stuff. Speaking of anime and K-pop and all that kind of stuff that we were on earlier. KDA, like little League of Legends like group. How on earth did they make songs as good as they did? It's like actually kind of crazy how, like, to me at least, I guess the style of the music actually really, and I get that they had like actual like idols and stuff like doing the music, and there was a lot of money behind it, but it's like crazy that a video game group made some heaters, some actual bangers. All right, let's get some food. You know what I could definitely use from any of my anime enjoyers in the chat? Hit me with your suggestions. If you have any like low-key heaters, like don't tell me to watch Naruto or Hunter x Hunter. Like of course I've watched that stuff. Well, you got some like under the radar, like little bangers. Leave it in the comments if you're this deep. I want the hidden gems. I want the thing that, like, you know, 13,000 other people have watched. Not like 3 million, you know what I mean? I want to be part of the cult classic. Not to say that popular stuff isn't good, because it is. Otherwise it wouldn't be popular. But I think it's easy enough to find what's popular already. So if there's like some secret diamonds that you might be hoarding, share them. Hello? We're friends. Why aren't you sharing them already? Why aren't you typing? Why aren't you commenting right now? Oh, so we're not friends? No, that's what I thought. I knew we were friends. I knew. I'm a weirdo. A little more weight for this last set. Right there. Man, I can't wait to go home and eat the same meal that I eat every single night, because I'm so deep into the gym culture that it's weird that like I gym as much as I do, and now I have a gym vlog, but I still don't consider myself like a gym pro. I think that's mainly because I have a lot of other hobbies outside of the gym. This just seemed like the easiest one. Like I wanted to make videos, I wanted to vlog, and I wanted to yap. And this felt like the easiest one to... What am I supposed to do? Vlog while I draw? I have to have all my focus on the facial structure, making sure the left eye is the same size as the right eye. I can't talk. That'd be too difficult. Well, I guess I could have like recorded me drawing and then like voiced it over though. That doesn't feel as natural though. Ooh, but that could be something for the future. Like just like an extra little thing if there's like a short topic. It'd be like almost like Subway, the little videos with the Subway surfers. And like you're just like listening to whatever it is, but you still have like the visual stimulus. Maybe like a time-lapse drawing with the yapping. See, we are collaborating today. We are brainstorming. That is it for the pull downs. So we're gonna turn this off and do the chest flies and zoot on out of here. Machine flies, you know the deal. Heavyweight, and we're just gonna try our best. I'll do my best, All Might. Man, My Hero Academia manga is about to end. But like it just climaxed. It's a roller coaster. Kinda like it, kinda don't. Really, like there's apparently gonna be like an extended epilogue, so I'm gonna have to see how it plays out to see how I really feel. But hopefully it Hopefully it's better than Demon Slayer. Can't be worse than Demon Slayer, right guys? Right? Horikoshi, please. I think we've reached the moment that everybody's been waiting for. I'm gonna take the pump cover off. This is really hot here. I can't kind of try to sweat. Feels like a heater in my shirt when I like put my arms in there. Watch them. I'm gonna avoid the microphone when I'm taking it off. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Can I talk about dinosaurs for a second? You guys like dinosaurs? See, that's that other thing. Remember when I hear something that I think is funny, it just like forever persists in my brain, like it's the smell. It's in the first Jurassic Park movie where Ian Malcolm is like meeting Sadler and Dr. Grant, and he's like, "You guys dig up dinosaurs?" You know the other portion of that movie that's really strange? It's like when they're on the helicopter ride, and it's another Ian Malcolm moment, and he just starts laughing, but it's like the weirdest, craziest laugh I've ever heard. He's just like he's like, how, it's so stupid, and it's like I imagine like Steven Spielberg is like behind the camera and he's like, oh yeah, that's the take, that's the one. I don't know what that laugh was, but that's the one. Just like shipped it. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. There's like a little song that someone made out of it that like forever. It's got like a little beat. It's hilarious. But dinosaurs, I almost forgot why I even brought Jurassic Park up. But something very exciting to me. I don't know why, but I feel like in the archaeological community, there's like almost this hatred for Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's almost like this, everybody wants it to be like a scavenger, and everybody wants it to not be the largest terrestrial land predator, even though that ended up becoming Epstein in 65 million years. That's a funny joke because like Epstein's and T-Rex. Anyway, I feel like people hate the dinosaur for no reason, and they're like constantly trying to make other dinosaurs like better. And maybe I have a vested interest in T-Rex. Call me basic. One of my favorites of all time. Maybe it's nostalgia because he was one of the first, but there's something about Rexy that really just speaks to me. But recently, we found some new fossils within the past couple of years that suggest that we might, I think our large estimates for Sue, and there's like a male also specimen that like I think ranged it to about like 8,000 pounds, I believe. But now we believe that this new specimen, like they might not have been like the tip-top full-grown adults that we thought they were. This new specimen suggests that, we don't have all the bones, but it suggests that it might have in fact weighed up to like 12,000 pounds, which would make it substantially larger than its next competitor, which is crazy. Like the fact that, what is that, like a 30% increase in mass? And that really just brings me a lot of joy. that's it for me. So that is going to be a time to pack it up and head to the car moment if I've ever seen one. So see you there. All right, so that is going to do it for our first episode of Escape from the Asylum, or Asylum Escape, or whatever the hell I'm going to name this bad boy. It was fun. I have a lot of fun just yapping, just talking, saying things I think are funny, telling little stories, little anecdotes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as you do gym therapy. This isn't a all the time situation. So just bear with me as I kind of, just kind of mix it up a little bit. Couple takeaways. One, T-Rex is the best. I don't want to hear any conjecture in the comments. He just is. Scientifically, highly suggesting that, it's just the facts, all right? You Spinosaurus sympathizers, he was a piscivore. He ate fish, and he was semi-aquatic, okay? He's not in the same class as my boy Rexy. Giganotosaurus, he's a buster. Thin bones, didn't weigh enough. Who else we got trying to get the smoke? Allosaurus, too small. Could never contend with my boy Rexy. Albertosaurus, not on his life. So, if you have any other dinosaurs you think are hanging, they're just not. My boy was the best. Dinosaur topics. I feel like I want to get like a little T-Rex skeleton actually right here as a tattoo idea. I'm actually a little bit afraid to tattoo the inner bicep. I'm scared it's going to be like really painful. That's like always my pre-tattoo worry. That like I'm going to start getting tattooed and then like I'm going to mentally and physically not be able to like get it done. But also my fear of actually abandoning and hitting the eject button would stop me from ejecting. I would just be miserable the whole time. I could never tell my tattoo artist to stop. I would just suffer. Like, even if it was like completely unbearable, I would never say a word. And it's funny because my tattoo artist is actually a really good friend of mine. I also wouldn't want to waste his time. I know he gets like, he's paying me like his hourly rate, but I don't know. I feel like I'd be wasting his time a little bit. Anyway, other takeaways. Is A Court of Thorns and Roses worth reading? Would I get tired of it? Is it too raunchy? If any of you guys have read that, my girlies, I know there's a couple girlies that hang around. So if you're a book talker and you're familiar with the series and you think it is like, something that a typical fantasy nerd would enjoy, I would appreciate your opinion on the subject. What else? I think that's it. Oh, anime. You got some slick anime suggestions? Leave them in the comments. But today was a fun day. Good work week. It's a Friday. I'm going to be uploading this on Saturday, which is tomorrow. So all of my homies that have made it through the work day, who have made it through the work week and get some time off, well, I gave you a little bit of content to watch while you're eating dinner or cooking dinner or lunch or whatever it might be. So that's fire. For those of us in the rest of the world who have to work tomorrow, I don't mind weekends. I truthfully don't mind working on the weekend and like having I'm pretty much off on Sundays and then I pick a random day. I'm having hiccups like crazy. I don't like having back-to-back days off either, though. I like having them spread out because it never feels like I'm working that much. But that's kind of the way that I like to work. Anyway, I need to stop myself before I say way too much. I feel like this is already an incredibly long recording. So, again, as always, thank you for stopping by. Brand new episode of whatever this is. Hope you enjoyed it. Our next episode of Gym Therapy is going to be that exploitation of people's insecurities and all that kind of stuff. Look out for that on like Monday or Tuesday, I think. It really just depends on, I don't know. I want to make sure I have enough to talk about. I like doing a little bit of research for the topics before I like kind of get on them. Be it like articles or scientific journals when it's like about like measurable science. For this, just kind of, I'm very familiar with like the exploitation of like gym culture. But I want to make sure that I can address other things other than just that, because I like to imagine that some of my viewers are not strictly here for the gym stuff, and maybe they have like stuck around for like the talk. So those people who are here for the talks and don't relate to the gym stuff, I'd like to be able to add some content that they like too. So Monday, maybe Tuesday, Hell, maybe Sunday. I don't want to promise anything, but in the next like little bit, we're gonna have our next episode. So until then, I hope you Pookies have a good night. I really like the word Pookie. It's like very it tickles my brain in just the right place. It's like kind of an endearing term. So I don't know why I explained why. I felt like I had to explain why I say it because I have been saying it a lot. So until next time, I'll see you later.